Hi, I'm Cathlyn Choi, a Korean chef now living in the US. My passion is creating healthy and delicious foods using some of my favorite Korean ingredients. Join me in learning about Korean foods, ingredients, and culture. Next on Cathlyn's Korean Kitchen. Today, I'll be making nutritious multigrain rice called Jabgok Bap in a traditional dolsot stone pot. Protein-packed Ssamjang using tofu and Korean doenjang and gochujang paste, served with leafy greens. 안녕하세요 and hello, welcome to Cathlyn's Korean Kitchen. I'm going to start with the basics of Korean food. The staple food of Koreans is bap, which translates into boiled rice in English, but it also means meals in general. Let's start by making nutritious Jabgok Bap, which is multigrain rice. Traditionally, the most commonly eaten rice is white kelros rice, but I prefer to eat multigrain rice because it has more nutritional value compared to plain white rice. I'm going to mix the multigrain rice and a cup of jasmine rice. So it's really important to combine the right amount of water when cooking rice. And also it's important to rinse the rice several times. And no matter how much rice you're going to cook, what I usually do is put my hand at an angle. And when the water reaches a little bit above the knuckles, that's the perfect amount of water. If you don't have a dolsot pot, you can always use a rice cooker or a regular saucepan. But I have to say the texture and taste of the rice cooked in a stone pot is quite distinct and flavorful compared to rice that's cooked in a regular rice cooker. So here I have about 2 cups of water. So set it on high, wait for the rice to come to a boil, and then we will lower the heat and close the lid and let it simmer. For the Ssamjang sauce, primarily you would need some tofu. Here I have a curd of tofu which is sliced in half. I'll use half for the Ssamjang right now and half for later. I would recommend getting medium firm tofu. The firmer it is, the less moisture it has. Very simple. Again, you can break the tofu with your hands. We're just gonna coarsely chop them up. They're gonna get cooked in the little clay pot that we typically use to make Ssamjang sauce. So first, the Korean doenjang paste, which is the soybean paste. A lot of you know it by miso. 2 tablespoons of doenjang paste. And then I have Korean chili paste called gochujang sauce, which I'm going to use quite a bit in most of my recipes. I would always go with 2-to-1 ratio, so just a little bit less than the doenjang. The sesame oil, half a tablespoon. And mix them all together. Next, I'm going to chop up some green onions. Toasted sesame seeds. And like I said, the pine nuts, just a handful of them. It gives the Ssamjang a very earthy flavor. It's really great. Little nutty flavor in there. Smells really good. This is the traditional clay pot that we normally use to make our Ssamjang sauce. If you like meat, you can also add some ground beef into the mixture, but I like it this way. I get all my proteins from the tofu and the soybeans. Turn the stove on. medium-low heat. Put it there for about 15 minutes. And I think the rice is done. Wow, yes, it looks delicious, and I can smell the aroma of this multigrain rice mixed with the jasmine rice. It's really great, and texture looks great too. You can just tell. And check out the rice. Yes, nice and steamy. So the great thing about stone pots, the rice stays warm for a long time. There you go, nice and steamy. The aroma is really great. Okay, let's check on the Ssamjang sauce. Wow, yes, it's all ready. Like I said, they're all vegetables and tofu, so they cook pretty quick. Turn the stove off. And we're just going back here. Yes, sizzling still. It's really hot. And like the rice, it will stay warm and hot for a while to enjoy the dish. I have a heap full of fresh leafy greens here, lettuce, and some sesame leaves. Look at them. They've already been washed and dried. Fragrant. And those of you who are not familiar with sesame leaves, they're kind of like, it tastes like in between mint and basil. So they're very flavorful. Here's how you eat your sambap. It's my chopsticks. Since I love sesame leaf, I'll grab a piece. Just take the end off like that. I'll just grab a little piece here of the lettuce. It's like making your own little burrito, mini burrito. Grab a little bit of rice, yummy, and some ssamjang. That's all you need. All the flavors are already in there. So you wrap them up and you eat it. Delicious.